And you also would probably just want to put your camera on speaker view so you could see me. And otherwise, we'll get started in child's pose. So just bring your hips down to your heels and allow your forehead to come down to the mat. Hi, Teresa. Your arms can be in front of you with your palms facing down, or you could have your arms alongside you with the palms facing up. And if you always do your child's pose with your arms in front of you, maybe you draw them alongside you. And if you always do it with your arms alongside you, maybe you draw them in front of you. The same with the legs. The legs could be spread wide, letting your belly fall away from your spine. Or you could draw your knees together, creating a little shelf-like experience for your belly and allowing you to source your lungs on your back and your side body. And then once you find the child's pose that works for you tonight, just settle in, close your eyes, become soft and heavy. And without trying to change it or fix it or judge it, just notice the breath, become an observer. Notice how as you inhale, the back body rises and there's a sensation of expansion. And as you exhale, the back body falls and there's a sensation of relaxation. Inhaling, you get bigger. Exhaling, you get softer. So trace your breath. Notice as you inhale, the breath comes into the nostrils. It coats the throat on the way down to the lungs. And when it enters the lungs, it expands 360 degrees. So you feel the rib cage actually expand. You feel the intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs actually stretch a little bit. Exhaling, the diaphragm bellows. The stale air leaves the lungs. It coats the throat on the way out of your nostrils. You might be feeling it brushing up against your face right here and now. This is the cycle of breathing. We do it all day, every day, unconsciously. We even do it at night when we're asleep. In this class, we're going to take conscious breath. We're going to marry it with mindful movement. And by doing so, we're going to get a little less tense. We're going to get a little bigger. Our lives will be a little shinier. It won't change anything in your life, but it should change how you can approach life. So remember, the yoga begins when you brush up against your edge. You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to push past anything too hard, but see if you could brush up against your edge. At Yoga to the People, we like to use vibrational breaths as a way to unify us, but also as a way to soften our bodies. So with an exhale, just press out with a take a nice, smooth, deep inhale. Hold it for a beat at the top, let it swirl around, and then open your mouth and make an H-A. Let that vibration resonate through your body. Let it get up into the nooks and crannies, again, to create space where there is no space just 10 or 15 seconds ago. So one more time, exhale all the air away with a take a nice, smooth, deep inhale. Press your lips together very gently and just H-M. And the beautiful thing about the HM is that you could actually feel the vibrations spreading from your lips through your face and relaxing all your facial muscles. So if you want an H-A, ha, or an H-M, or even a Bronx cheer, which will also relax all your facial muscles, you take it as you need it. This is your child's pose. It's a resting pose, and it's here for you whenever you want. So if the breath becomes choppy, you lose your place in class, you just need a pit stop or a break. You find your child's pose, you find your breath, and you'll join class as you're able. So now we're going to go from unconscious breathing to conscious breathing. So take an inhale through your nose, count up 1, 2, 3. Hold it for the same number, 1, 2, 3. Double the number and exhale through your nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3 using your count. Hold it 1, 2, 3. Let it swirl around. Double the number. Exhale through your nose. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1 might just mean bringing belly to spine. So you spill out that stale air and then you bring it up. 1, 2, 3 on an inhale. You let it swirl around. 1, 2, 3. You double the number. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So going from unconscious breathing to conscious breathing. Spend a few moments here just doing that by using this 3 count, 3 count, and 6 count. And then maybe you bring it up to a 4 count. Maybe you hold it for 4 and you double it and you exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So from unconscious breathing to conscious breathing. Try to make your breath honey smooth. Remember, your eyes are closed, your breath is strong, your playful nature is embraced. We're going to add the next part of the equation, conscious breathing with mindful movement. So as you inhale, something moves, and as you exhale, something moves. So maybe it's just rolling your brow across your mat, giving a gentle massage to your forehead. Maybe it's a snaking of the spine. Maybe it's drawing your hips back to your heels. Maybe it's even rolling forward to the top of your head. But as you inhale, something moves. As you exhale, something moves. Use your breath to create these shapes. Doesn't matter what you look like, it matters what you feel like. So as I'm inhaling, I'm moving. And as I'm exhaling, I'm moving. Come to stillness. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, if your arms are in front of you, draw them back. If they're alongside you, draw them forward. Place them under your shoulders. Bring your knees under your hips, and you can either curl your toes under or have your shoelace portion of your foot on your mat. We're going to do some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, the belly drops, the chin comes away from the chest, the tailbone rises, and the shoulders pinch. This is cow. And as you exhale, you push into your hands to lengthen your arms. You draw your forehead towards your thighs and your middle back up towards the top of the room like a scaredy cat. And then one breath, one movement, cat-cow. So you're inhaling and exhaling and arching and dropping your spine. You're creating space between the vertebrae. Your eyes are closed, your breath is strong, your playful nature is embraced, and your ego has no play here. So have a little fun, create a little space in your spine, come to neutral, spread your fingers wide. That's your support system here, right? Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, curl your toes under, lift your knees just 2 inches off the mat, drawing your shoulders over your wrist. So you're engaging your core here. This is a core strengthener. Take the strain out of your face, press into the pads of the fingers and the pads of the hands. Engage your core, and on an exhale, knees come down, toes unfurl, and you just windshield wipe your hips. So go from right to left to right to left to right to left. Come to neutral. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, curl toes, lift knees 2 millimeters off the mat. So you're less high off the mat than you were before. You draw your shoulders over your wrist. You press into your fingers, the pads of the fingers and the pads of the hands for total support. Take a deep inhale. So it's really easy to brush up against your edge in this pose. Use your breath to calm your body. And on an exhale, knees come down, toes unfurl, cat-cow or hip sway, or you can even merge your cat-cow hip sway. Come to neutral, tabletop. Find a neutral neck so you're not looking up or down. There's no crick in the back of the neck or in the Adam's apple. The crown of the head is facing the front of the room. Take a deep inhale, send the right leg forward, the left leg back, and go for spinal lengthening and strengthening. So the right shoulder is over the right wrist. You're pressing into the top of the left foot. Take a deep inhale and lengthen, and on the exhale, float higher. Inhale, reach past your physical body. Exhale, float. Inhale one more time. Draw the toes and the fingers away from each other for the longest stretch of your day. And on the exhale, the hand comes down, the knee comes down. Cat-cow or hip sway, Yogi Vini's choice. Come back to neutral, engage your core, take a deep inhale. On the exhale, left foot goes back, right arm goes forward, thumb faces up. You're pressing into the top of the right foot. You're drawing that left shoulder over that left wrist. You're pressing into the left hand to stabilize yourself. Take a deep inhale, lengthen towards the front and back room. Exhale, float. Inhale, reach, engage your molecular body. Exhale, fly. Inhale one more time, longest stretch of your day on this side. Exhale, hand comes down, knee comes down. Do some hip sways. Make your head go in the opposite direction or the same direction. Again, create some space where there was no space just 30 seconds ago by breathing and moving mindfully. Come back to neutral. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, right leg goes back, left arm goes forward. Press into the top of the foot on the back and press into the right hand. Take a deep inhale and lengthen your fingers and your toes of your raised extremities away from each other. And on the exhale, create your awkward airplane, reaching left hand towards left wall and right foot towards right wall. Shake off any tension you're holding on to. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, bring the arm front and back. Inhale, reach past your toes and your fingers. Exhale, hand down, knee down. Do some cat-cows and make it worthwhile here. Imagine that your spine is like a pearl necklace and you're creating a little bit more string between the beads as you inhale and exhale. Come to neutral, engage core, take a deep inhale. On the exhale, opposite arm and leg go out and about. So your right arm's forward, your left leg's back, you engage your core, you press into that left hand, so you've got some nice stability there. Take a deep inhale to reach, exhale, awkward airplane, right arm towards right wall, left foot towards left wall. Engage your core for stability here. Inhale, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, front to back. Inhale, reach past the front wall and the back wall behind you. On the exhale, the hand comes down, the knee comes down. Do some cat-cows and really try to find some new space here. So you've been waking up your spine. See if you can find just a little bit more space by breathing and moving mindfully. Then come to stillness, take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, find your downward facing dog. It's a moving active dog, so it's an upside down V shape. But as you inhale, something's moving, and as you exhale, something's moving. And it doesn't matter what's moving, it just matters that you're moving, that you're aligning your breath to your movement. So now I am inhaling, something's moving. Now I am exhale, something's moving. Maybe it's walking in place. Maybe it's drawing giant circles on the ceiling with your hips. Maybe it's taking gentle hops. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it just matters that you're doing it. So as you inhale, something's moving. As you exhale, something's moving. And then we'll clean it up. So if you look between your feet, they are hips width distance apart. That's about the size of the space between your ears when you look at your face in the mirror. It's not 8 inches, it's not 4 inches, it's about 6 inches, about the size of a dollar bill. If you look between your hands, same thing. About 6 inches between the thumbs, fingers are spread wide, and then spread the fingers wider because you can. Should look like pie slices or pizza slices. The knees can be bent or they can be straight. If your knees always are bent, maybe you straighten them and engage those hamstrings. And if your legs are always straight, maybe you bend those knees and open up your upper back. On an inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Let your lower back extend, let your spine extend. On the exhale, just let your heels drift down to the mat. They don't have to touch. Nice work. Inhale, the right leg goes up and back. Go for length and reach. Don't bring that hip up. So either flex or point the toe. Yogi Yogini's choice. So feel a lengthening of your whole leg. And then on an inhale, suck energy up your arms, up your spine, and then out your foot. And on an exhale, bend the knee and stack right hip over left hip. And now it's one breath, one movement on this side. So maybe you're spinning your ankles, maybe you're flaring your toes, maybe you're drawing your knee to your nose. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but as you inhale, something is moving. And as you exhale, something is moving. Make it feel delicious. Try to find some new space with your breath. Take a deep inhale to send that leg long and lengthy. And on the exhale, the foot comes down next to its buddy. Inhale, left leg goes up and back. Square your hip. Choose to point or flex the toe. So go for a lengthening and a strengthening. Inhale, suck energy up your arms, up your spine, out your leg. And on the exhale, bend knee, stack left over right. One breath, one movement on this side. Doesn't matter what you're doing, just do something. And I implore you to do something different. Your body is not symmetrical. So do what this side needs, just by breathing and moving and creating space within your body. Nice work. On an inhale, send the leg long and lengthy behind you. On an exhale, bring the foot down next to your buddy. Inhale, soften the knees, soften the gaze forward. And on an exhale, walk ever so slowly to the front of your mat and find a forward fold. So you want to cascade your upper body over your lower body. Don't reach for anything here but the floor. So allow a pool of lead in the crown of your head to allow the crown of your head to drift towards the tops of your feet. Imagine you have lead in your fingertips too, and that's allowing the fingertips to drift towards the floor. You can bend your legs, maybe put your belly on your thighs to open that upper back, or you can straighten your legs and engage your hamstrings. And there's no right or wrong. Maybe if you always do this with straight legs, you bend them, and if you always do it with bent legs, you straighten them. You might be able to find the ability to break little habits in your yoga class, and that might allow you to break little habits outside of class. On an inhale, we find a half lift by drawing the fingertips above or below the knees, by rolling the weight into the balls of the feet, and then gently place down the heels and press your fingertips into the thigh or the shin, not the knee, to extend the spine. There's a slight pinching sensation between the shoulder blades. There's an engagement of the core here. This is a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do that one breath, one movement. Inhale, half lift, flat back experience. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw the arms up in front of you like the number 11, and you arrive in your Tadasana. So close the eyes and stand, right? You stand all day, every day. Probably about a third of your day is spent standing. So do it with your eyes closed, because you can trust yourself that you're not going to fall. And then roll to the toes, roll to the heels, roll to the outer edges, the inner edges, flapjack the feet a couple of times. Let your whole body go. Shake, shake, shake. Let go of all the residue of last week. And then we're just going to stand here. So let the belly spill away from the spine. Let a softness pervade your body. Imagine you're like a leaf of grass, right? So let your cells support you here. You don't need to use your bones or your muscles or your ligaments or your tendons. Remove the crease from the elbows, making a Y or a V shape. And then on an inhale, tuck your tailbone, lift your heart, take your gaze up without lifting your chin up. And on an exhale, pull up on the back of the calves and the front of the thighs to connect to the earth. Inhale, draw the fingertips all the way away from the ankles. Exhale, pull up on the kneecaps again to connect to the earth. On an inhale, you become the tallest mountain in the room. And on an exhale, you become the most connected mountain in the room. Inhale, one more time, get your tallest Tadasana. Now reach out of your hips, find a back bend without pinching your upper back, and then stick out your tongue. It's a lion's breath. It's a inhale, half lift, flat back sensation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw the arms up to Tadasana. Find an even bigger back bend. Stick out your tongue. It's an even louder lion's breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Easy peasy. Swoop them up to Tadasana. Biggest back bend of your day. And gentle H-A. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, tallest Tadasana. Biggest back bend. Loudest H-A. Let it go. Inhale for a half lift. Reset the spine. On an exhale, place your hands down. Step your feet back. You're going to be in an upper push-up position. So you're in plank here. You've got your hips as high as your heels. You've got your elbows and shoulders over your wrist. You've got your fingers spread wide. Find those pie slices or pizza slices between your fingers. You've got your core engaged. You're drawing your collarbone away from your heels. We're going to go through our yoga flow. And if you want to do this from your knees, that's a really viable choice. You'll build upper body strength. On an inhale, you push away from the mat. You draw your shoulders a little bit further than your fingertips. And on an exhale, keeping elbows alongside body, you come down halfway. Inhale, scoot your heart up between your shoulders. You're resting on the pads of the hands and the tops of the feet, and you're sending your heart up high. This is up dog. And on an exhale, you curl your toes under, you lift your hips up, you're in downward facing dog. So that is our flow sequence. That is the glue that binds this practice. And that is 1 breath, 1 movement, 4 breaths total, unless you take an extra breath in up dog, which is always recommended. On an inhale, the right leg goes up and back. On an exhale, draw it through to your nose. Your shoulders are over your wrist. Inhale, the leg goes up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, leg goes up and back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, you look over your shoulder. It's a core strengthener, right? Inhale, leg goes up and back over long and length. On the exhale, gently bring it between the 2 front hands. Dial the back heel down. Engage your core and draw those arms up in front of you, just like you did in Tadasana. And you arrive in your warrior 1 on the right side. And you say, is my front knee over my front ankle? Is my back leg long and engaged? Can I roll the outer edge of my back foot towards the mat so I can start using a kickstand-like experience to bring my right hip back and my left hip forward? Same with the pectoral muscles. Square your pecs to the front of the room. Remove the crease from the elbows, then making a Y or a V shape. Rotate pinkies inward to let shoulders rinse down back. And then just breathe here. This is your warrior 1. As you inhale, you expand in every direction. As you exhale, you sink into your lunge. Inhale, draw the fingertips away from the hips, lengthen the arms. Exhale, sink into lunge. Take a deep inhale, look up, reach back. It's a little back bend. And on an exhale, use your abdominal strength to gently place your hands on either side of your foot, to step your foot back, and to go through your flow. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, push away from the mat. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, scoot heart high. You're on the pads of the hands and the tops of the feet. And on the exhale, curl toes under, lift hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes up and back. Exhale, left knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, leg comes up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, leg goes up and back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. You look over your shoulder. Exhale, up and back. Go for length and reach. Gently bring the left foot between the front hands. Dial the back heel down. Engage your core. Draw those arms up in front of you, stability. And you arrive in your warrior 1 on your left side. You go through the teaching points. Front knee over front ankle, back leg long and engaged, squaring hip and pecs to the front of the room. Keeping the lunge. Really nice, Erica. Inhale to stay. Exhale, sink into the lunge. Inhale to draw fingertips away from your hips. Exhale, sink into the lunge. One more time, take a nice Buddha belly inhale, reach up, look back, and on the exhale, bring your hands on either side of your foot, step your foot down, step your foot back, and go through your flow. Now it's all yours. One breath, one movement, warrior one, both sides. There's no pauses. There's a beautiful back bend as you're inhaling up and back. And as you reach the end of that inhale, on the exhale, the arms are coming down. One breath, one movement. Try to do it with your eyes closed. And if that's not possible, try to do it with drishti vision, where you have shadow vision. You just close your eyes so you can see shadows. One breath, one movement, both sides. So you'll cycle through right, you'll cycle through left. We'll all cycle through at different times because we all have different breath cycles, and we honor that difference by arriving at different times. But once you're in your downward facing dog, or wherever you are in your cycle, let's just exhale all the air away with a take a nice smooth honeysuckle inhale. H-A. On an inhale, the right leg goes up and back. On an exhale, right knee comes to right elbow, shoulders over wrists. And then you're going to use your oblique muscles to bring your right knee to your left elbow, back to your right elbow, back to your left elbow. The shoulders are over the wrists. You're using your abdominal muscles here. Don't use momentum. It's not a pendulum. You're using your abdominal muscles. Do it 10 times, and we'll only right knee to right elbow. And then you inhale the leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw it between the two front hands, dial the back heel down. Engage your core, draw your arms up to warrior one, blossom open to warrior two, and you adjust your stance. So about 90% of us, or 95% of us, need to widen our stance. You want to square your hip to the side of your walls. I literally square my hips like this. Then I draw my arms up. They mirror each other from front to back. I take my gaze to the front of the room if my neck and my breath allows. And then just settle in. Close your eyes. Inhale through every pore of your body. Exhale, sink into the lunge. Inhale, draw the fingertips away from your heart. Exhale, sink into the lunge. One more time. Inhale through like a sponge in a bucket, right? Expand in all directions. On the exhale, cycle the hands down to frame the foot. Step the foot back. And go through your flow from high to low, from up dog to downward facing dog. On an inhale, left foot goes up and back. On an exhale, left knee to left elbow, shoulders over wrist. 10 times back and forth with integrity. So again, not momentum. Use your oblique muscles here. We'll meet at 10. Inhale the leg up and back. A nice three-legged dog. Exhale, gently pace left foot between left hands, dial back, heel down. Maybe take the space you need for your stance. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, you blossom open to warrior two. You square your hips. You mirror your arms. You take your gaze forward. Make sure that left knee is not bowing, that it's straight over the ankle. And then settle in. Just close your eyes, soften your belly, and breathe. Inhale, expand like a starfish in the ocean. Exhale, sink into the lunge. Inhale, broaden your pectoral muscles. Exhale, sink into your lunge. Inhale one more time through every pore of your being. And on the exhale, cycle your hands down to frame your foot. Step your foot back and go through your flow. Now it's all yours, one breath, one movement, warrior one, warrior two, both sides. You could keep the core work or you could breeze right past it, Yogi Yogini's choice. One breath, one movement. I encourage you very much to close your eyes if you can. If you've been coming to yoga to the people more than a dozen times, you should start to learn how to work from the inside out. Once you know the teaching points, see if you can work with your eyes closed. There's a whole different perception with the eyes closed, right? One breath, one movement. Again, trying to brush up against your edge with every breath, trying to get just a little bigger with every movement. We're all champions about bringing tension into our bodies. Let's become relaxation champions. One breath, one movement, both sides. No pauses. There's a big breath when your arms are outstretched, but as the exhale comes, the windmill of the hands down comes. One breath, one movement, both sides, maybe varying speed or intensity, maybe getting a little silly on one side, a little strident on the other. But marrying breath with movement. So you'll cycle through your right side, you'll cycle through your left side. We'll all cycle through to a downward facing dog. But if a child's pose suits, you can find your child's pose too. That's always a viable option. But wherever you are in your breath cycle, let's exhale all the air away with a take a nice, gentle, smooth inhale. H-A. With your eyes closed, inhale your right leg up and back. And with your eyes closed, you're going to breathe yourself into warrior two on the right side, using your muscle memory and your breath, trusting yourself to create the shape you were just in, and not caring what it looks like, worry about what it feels like. Go through the teaching points, use your eyes closed, doesn't matter. Nice. So settle in. Inhale, flip the forward facing palm, draw it towards the wall in front of you. And on the exhale, tick tock, go to midnight. Don't go back yet. So go to midnight. Back arm is above or below the knee on the back leg, or it wraps around the waist. Inhale, lengthen the right arm towards the ceiling so there's no crease in the elbow, and there's a long, lengthy side body, a long, lengthy arm, and long, lengthy fingers. And on the exhale, just bring your right shoulder over your left shoulder so the arm comes back to 11 o'clock. The gaze can go up towards the ceiling if the neck and breath allows. And then inhale, reach to where the back wall meets the back ceiling. Exhale, sink into the lunge. Inhale, reach past where the back wall meets the back ceiling. Engage your molecular body. Exhale, sink into your lunge. With a soft Buddha belly, take a deep inhale and lengthen your whole side body. And on the exhale, cycle the hands down to frame the foot. Step the foot back and go through your flow. And then with your eyes closed, you're going to breathe yourself right into warrior two on the other side, using your muscle memory and your breath, making it feel delicious, going through the teaching points once you arrive, and then just settling into the pose. Really nice work, everybody. On an inhale, flip the forward-facing palm, draw it towards the window and with a wall in front of you. Exhale, tick-tock, go to the midnight hour. Don't go past. So Cinderella hour. Inhale, lengthen fingertips towards ceiling, remove crease from elbow. Exhale, draw your left shoulder over your right shoulder so you go to 1 o'clock here. Keep the integrity of your lunge. Keep that knee over the ankle. Soft belly, take a deep inhale, reach to where the back wall meets the back ceiling. Exhale, gently sink into lunge. Inhale, reach past the back wall, paddock ceiling. Exhale, keep the integrity of the lunge. One more time, take a whole side body stretch. And on the exhale, cycle your hands down to frame your foot, step your foot back, and go through your flow. Now it's all yours. Warrior 1, Warrior 2, peaceful or reverse warrior. One breath, one movement, eyes closed or drishti vision encouraged. But if you're going to open your eyes so wide it's like virtual reality. You could see the room behind yourself. So no pauses. It's like a ballet on your mat. It's vinyasa flow. So every breath has a movement. One breath, one movement. And by golly, if you need to take a pause, you take a pause. That's fair too. But see if you could cycle through with some honey-like breaths. You'll do your right side. You'll do your left side. You'll make it feel delicious, and you'll brush up against your edge with every breath. See if you could just find a millimeter, a half a millimeter. And so we'll all arrive in downward facing dog at a different time. But wherever you are in your breath cycle, exhale all the air away with a take a nice, smooth, deep inhale. HM. Inhale, soften the knees, soften the gaze forward. Exhale, walk or lightly hop to the front of the mat and find a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, a flat back sensation. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, hips are down, the arms are up. You're in Utkatasana or chair pose. So you take the weight in your heels, you soften the feet, you tuck the tailbone, you lift your heart, you take your gaze up, you remove the crease from the elbows. And you don't hold this pose in your face, so shake off any residual tension you might have. Inhale, lengthen fingertips to the front wall meets the front ceiling. Exhale, sink into your lunge. Sink your hips back to the back wall meets the floor. Inhale, reach for what you need. Exhale, sit into what you don't need. Inhale, up to Tadasana. Stand tall. Lift heart, find a back bend. H-A. Let it all go. Maybe you find some elephant trunk-like arms, or maybe you reach for opposite elbows, but you don't clutch anything, right? You just touch your elbows so you have a little bit of weight there. Or maybe just gently clasp hands behind head. Let everything come down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. On an inhale, the hips are down, the arms are up. Breathe yourself right into Utkatasana. Breathe yourself right where you left off. Tucking tailbone, removing crease from elbow, taking gaze up. So where the gaze goes, the body will follow. Lengthening arms, drawing hips back towards the back wall. Breathe in the possibility of staying here, rather breathing in the possibility of not staying here. Shake off any tension you may be holding on to. Inhale up to Tadasana. Find a nice back bend and find a nice H-A. Let it go, literally. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Inhale, half lift. Flat back sensation. Exhale, forward fold. For your third and final Utkatasana, do it with your eyes closed. Just carve out your Utkatasana using your muscle memory and your breath. Really nice work. Close your eyes, relax your face, relax your whole body. Breathe into this pose. So see if you can let your knees drift over your heels. See if you could tuck your tailbone, lift your heart, send your fingertips away from your hips. And then inhale up to the tallest Tadasana of the day. Find your biggest back bend and find a nice graceful H-A. Nice. Inhale for a half lift, longest spine of the day. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down, step your feet back, go through your flow. On an inhale, your right leg's going to go up and back. On your exhale, you're going to bring it between the two front feet. You're going to dial the back heel down. You're going to tent up on 10 fingers. You're going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, the hands are by the hips. The palms are facing down. You're in a power lunge. So you're at a 45-degree angle here. You're drawing the pinkies towards each other. You're pinching the shoulder blades a little bit. And you do not have your belly on your thigh. You're at a 45-degree angle, which means if you roll the outer edge of your left foot down and back, you'll feel energy go up your leg, up your spine, and right outside your head, right? You've got a neutral neck. On an inhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Draw the knuckles down and back. Inhale, bring yourself up to a back bend. Take a couple of soft belly breaths here, opening up your chest, opening up your pectoral muscles. Draw the knuckles towards the floor. With the Buddha belly, take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, draw the arms forward to frame the ears. Rotate pinkies inward to soften shoulders. Extended power lunge. Inhale up to warrior one. Exhale, blossom open to warrior two. Square your hips. Find a nice warrior two. Inhale, draw fingertips away from heart. Exhale, teapot your right hand alongside your right leg and stack your left arm above it. The fingers can go on the floor and the palm can go on the floor, or you could just have your fingertips on the floor against your leg. Inhale, find some room for rotation. On an exhale, bring your left arm over your left ear. Maybe you want to prop your right elbow on your right knee so you can get a whole side body stretch here. Take a deep inhale, draw those fingertips away from the outer edge of the left foot. And on the exhale, left hand comes down. Maybe left foot comes up a little bit and you revolve your twist by bringing the right arm up and stacking it over the left arm. Inhale, engage core, find a little bit of room for rotation. On the exhale, the right hand comes down. It's left hand, right foot. So look at your left hand, your right hand is next to it, your right foot is next to it. And then you walk your right hand behind your right ankle. It's like you're putting on a knapsack and you find your ankle bind. Let your head be heavy here. Push up into your middle back. Shake your head yes and no. And you can stay right here if you want. If you want to create a bind, you're going to inhale your left arm up. You're going to turn the palm so it's facing the wall behind you. And you're just going to reach back. You can take your right arm back. Maybe you find fingertips. Maybe you find room for improvement. Maybe you find gym clothes. But if you do find your fingers, see if you can lengthen your arms and rotate your chest. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, hands come down. Foot goes back. One breath, one movement in your flow. We're in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot goes up and back. Exhale, draw it between the front two hands. Dial the back heel down, tent up on 10 fingers. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, the hands are by the hips, palms facing down. Again, you're in a power lunge, a 45-degree angle. So feel that long line of energy going from the outer edge of your right foot all the way out of the crown of your head. Your belly is not on your thigh. You're at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, draw the knuckles down and back. Exhale, lift up your heart, find the back bend. This can get a little hairy, so be careful here. But with a soft belly, take 3 of the biggest breaths of your day. Drawing the knuckles towards the floor behind you, opening up your heart, drawing your chin away from your chest. Look over your eyebrows, take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, draw the arms forward to frame the face. Pinkies rotate in, just melt shoulders down back. Extended power lunge. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, blossom, warrior 2. Inhale, expand your pectoral muscles by reaching the fingertips away from each other. Exhale, teapot, left arm alongside left leg. Maybe the palm touches, maybe just the fingertips touch. Stack your right arm over that arm. Go for length and reach on an inhale. On an exhale, bring right bicep right by right ear. Maybe prop left elbow on left knee. You don't have to do that. You can stay on the floor. But this way you can reach your whole side body experience here. Fingertips from outer edge of back foot. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, right hand comes alongside left leg. Maybe you come to your knee. That's a viable option. Maybe you just bring that foot up a little bit. But then you draw left arm over right arm. Engage lower core muscles to find a little bit of room for rotation on an inhale. On the exhale, your hand comes down. It's left foot, left hand, right hand, left foot, left hand, right hand. Then you walk left hand behind left ankle. It's like you're putting on a knapsack. You can find this ankle bind. You can press up your middle back. You can let your crown of your head be heavy. Think of that pool of blood from earlier in class. Shake it yes and no. Push up into your middle back. You can stay right here, or you can float that right arm up, circle the palm behind you to the wall behind you, and then reach behind and underneath for your bind, so you can find your fingertips. And if you do find your fingertips, see if you can straighten your arms and square your pectoral muscles to the side wall. Take a deep inhale to rotate, and on the exhale, the hand comes to the floor. You step the foot back, and you go through the flow. Really nice work, everybody. On an inhale, soften the knees, soften the gaze forward. On an exhale, walk or gently hop to the front of the mat. Find a forward fold. Toe heel your feet together so you have one foot. Inhale, half lift, flat back experience. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hips down, palms press, thunderbolt. So you want to try to get the outer edges of your palms pressed. If there's a bend in your elbows, bring your arms down until there's no bend. And then over time, you can bring the arms up by the ears. But see if you can remove the crease from the elbows. A garden hose with a crook in it, the water doesn't flow. The same thing's with your arms. There's a crook in your arms, the energy doesn't flow. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the heart, take the gaze up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, puff up chest, make room for rotation. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. You want your head higher than your heart and your heart higher than your hiney here. You're pressing the palms together so you can start torquing your heart behind your thumbs. One knee might jut in front of the other, so make the correction. Take a deep inhale. On an exhale, if you'd like to fly away or bind, you could do so, but you don't have to. You only do it if your breath allows. Take a deep inhale to find rotation. Exhale, meet in heart center. Inhale, puff up your chest, find some room for rotation. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Correct the knee that juts in front. Drop your hiney down so your hiney is lower than your heart is lower than your head. Then press into the palms so you can torque your body so your thumbs are behind your heart or in front of your heart, pardon me. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, if you want to fly away or bind, you do it because the breath allows and the body allows, not because you did it on the other side. Inhale, lengthen and twist. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, stand up, find Tadasana, find a back bend, find your final HA. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, place your hands down, step your feet back. Go through your flow. Really nice work. On an exhale, bring your shoulders over your wrist. You're in an upper push-up position. Inhale, push away from the mat. On the exhale, come down for 8, 7, engage core for 6, 5, draw collarbones away from hips for 4 or 3. You're all the way on your belly at 0. Take a cheek, look to the right, left ear on mat, arms alongside you, palms face up. Big toes touch, heels flay away from each other. And you just go from total activation to total relaxation. Now, on an exhale, draw your chin forward. Draw the arms in front of you. You get ready for superhuman. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, arms up, legs up, superhuman. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, float. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, fly. Inhale one more time. Find the molecular body engaged here on the exhale. Arms down, legs down, opposite ear comes to the mat. You let it all go. On an exhale, chin comes to neutral. You push yourself up. Get ready for camel pose here. So you want your hips over your knees, your feet going back behind you like the number 11. Pardon me. Hands lower back or upper hips. Pinkies touch if possible. Close your elbows like you're closing a book behind you. Inhale, bring your hips forward, lift up your heart, and on an exhale, draw a line on the ceiling with your nose to the back wall. Inhale, hips forward, elbows towards each other, heart high. Exhale, draw that line on the ceiling behind you and look for the floor behind you. Inhale, elbows close, hips come forward, heart lifts. Exhale, go back. If you want to reach back for your ankles, you can do so, but you don't have to. Inhale, soft Buddha belly breaths here. Find that back bend. On the exhale, the hands come to the hips. The hips come to the heels. You can bring your hands on your thighs with the palms facing up. You can bring your hands to heart center. You can frame your third eye. Just take a moment to thank yourself for doing some yoga on a Sunday evening. Thank each other for sharing your breath and your spirit. And remember, when you treat yourself well, you're better able to treat other people well. So take the spirit you've created in this class today and spread it around. Call somebody, especially during this time of lockdown. Call a stranger. I'm not a stranger. Call a friend you haven't talked to in a while, or a family member, especially a senior citizen. Just make their day a little brighter by engaging them. On an exhale, the hands come down. You circle the feet. And you find your final Savasana. We're going to go down slowly. So put your feet on the mat, draw the arms out alongside you, and then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. And find your Savasana. So Savasana is the most important of all the asanas because it's where your practice gets absorbed. So whether you practice tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, your body will remember, just like it remembers riding a bicycle or swimming or making love. So give it the opportunity to be absorbed into your body. So when yoga was developed 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, as a way is preparing the body for meditation. So see if you can get your more meditative self here. Maybe get a glimpse of that, or get a glimpse of the divinity within. So Yoga to the People has always been and always will be donation-based. I put the donation link in the chat box, but you can go to yogatothepeople.com. You can Venmo a donation to Yoga to the People or at Yoga to the People. And anything you can give is most deeply appreciated. Their recommended donation is $12, but that's neither a ceiling, no floor. It's a recommendation. If you don't have anything to give, well, just please come back and maybe tell a friend or a neighbor or a loved one about Yoga to the People. Spread the word. There's also teacher training coming up, which is a wonderful, wonderful experience. It certainly changed my life in a very impactful way. So if you have anything interest in that, you can talk to me about it after class. I'll keep the mic open for a good 10 or 20 minutes after. Also, yogatothepeople.com, lots of things on the website to see there, so investigate that. Otherwise, we'll finish with a quote and a breath, and then I'll take you out of Savasana. Mary Oliver wrote, "You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things." So slowly, just bring some consciousness to your body, maybe wiggle your fingers or toes. You could stay in Shavasana if you like, please, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you want to come out of it, just wiggle your toes or your fingers. Send your right arm up as you bend your left leg, and then just push yourself over into a fetal position and gently come up to a seated position. I remind you, if you're doing your fellowship, my name is Robert. My Instagram is My Eyes Are My Camera. So you just want to tag me there. Thank you so much for being here, Sarah.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Please come again. Spread the word too.